Last time on Hero Squad, Under the Dragon Shadow.
You should probably know, basically under every sewer in the whole town, I think, chock-a-block full of bombs.
We were gonna do Stockwood.
Then let's go there. That sounds good.
So wait, are you not gonna watch the show with the queen?
She's gonna be dead. We cannot save everybody.
Exactly. So since we can't save everybody, we should save nobody? I don't know why you guys are so against trying to save some people.
I need to send a very important message to the queen. This is urgent. This is in regards to your life, dear queen. We're going to the sewers and I need something to change into.
Marakai kind of puts her hand over it. A huge torrent of water kind of blasts out of her hand. The crystal fizzles and shatters.
On the continent of Khorvaire, a chance encounter brought 4 intrepid travelers together on the road to adventure. Though they began as strangers, they soon became known as the Hero Squad.
So y'all have been wandering sneakily through the sewers, following the lead of Rhaegar in the direction of where you got your orders before, which is kind of closer to the core of the Thieves Guild that you would be familiar with from before. So as you kind of make it around a corner, you kind of peek over and you can see that it doesn't seem like there's any more kids moving about, moving any boxes or anything like that. It seems like this area, like all the boxes that you had seen before, are gone. There are a couple of Thieves Guild members, a couple of ne'er-do-wells, just kind of sitting around, kind of guarding what would be like kind of the entrance to like their area. So yeah, that's what you see.
All right. I sort of peek around the corner and sort of perceive. So I know this, right? I see these people. All right. I'm just relaying it to you guys. There's a couple guys in there, no kids, but...
Do you recognize either of those guys? Would he recognize?
Roll. Wisdom.
Ooh, hot
that's
damn.
a good one.
19.
All right, you recognize one of them as Stinky Pete.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
You remember him from back in the day. He was all right, you know?
Was he not that stinky, maybe? Maybe he smelled good. That's the reason why they called him Stinky Pete.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of names. Like, he actually always smelled really nice, and like that's why people called him Stinky, because he didn't smell like the sewers.
Yeah. I know one of those guys. That's Stinky Pete. Ooh. We came up together through the Thieves Guild.
Is he one of the people that want to kill you?
I mean, he didn't want to kill me when I left, but like I said, some things may have changed, but there's a chance I may be able to talk to this guy.
Well, go talk to him.
I mean...
Use your wiles or whatever.
Wait, excuse me?
Do you have like a secret
not everything
handshake?
involves
Can you go up
wiles.
there?
Oh, I'm
Like a code word that you guys used to use?
I mean, they'd recognize me. I don't need a code word. I mean, like, they know who I am, but y'all just like...
Oh, so you're kind of like a big deal or something then, huh?
I mean, I don't mean to brag or nothing, but around these parts, you know, people
like
know who I am.
You're a celebrity?
A sewer celebrity, yeah.
Well, then go.
Well, I mean,
do your thing.
You guys stay...
I'll have your back.
Yeah, you just stay around the corner, and if you...
Oh, you don't want me like directly behind your back?
I mean, you can come with me if you want.
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool. All right. Me and Atlas, we're going to go in. You guys stay here. And then if you hear any, you know, trouble, then you can come do your bard magic.
Sounds great.
So we sort of like just kind of walk in like we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Hey, who goes there?
Stinky Pete.
No, I'm Stinky Pete. Who the hell are you?
Right. Good one. You remember me. It's Rhaegar.
Rhaegar?
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Well, I mean, it's a long story, but...
No, I'm kidding. No, we know you're in town.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, everybody's looking for you.
Oh, who's everybody?
Oh, Skull and Fuss, they got everybody out there. They say, like, you see Rhaegar, you kill that guy. So, you know, that's kind of what's going around here.
So, you gonna kill me? Oh, no.
Oh, no, I'm gonna kill you. You know. All right, but, hey, Steve, don't tell nobody. Steve. Nah, he's asleep. Don't worry about it.
All right, great. So, what's with all these crates and everything under here? Like,
I'm not really sure. We got this job from you know that what's that house with the flying thing?
Phiarlan.
Yeah, okay, that one. They been working with Skull. Skull, like, he's trying to get us like some higher class stuff, get us some money and stuff, and he wanted us to move these boxes in here. I don't know, it's like storage or something, I guess. I don't know what they're for, but definitely dangerous. Don't shake them.
Right.
That's for sure. I learned that one.
Right. I heard about that.
Yeah. That little kid did not look good after that.
No.
Yeah. But anyway,
I mean, you don't know what's in the boxes.
Nope.
What if I told you that they're like full of explosives and the entire city of Fairhaven is going to be wiped off the face of the planet?
Well, then I'm glad I'm down here in the sewers.
No,
because up there it's in trouble.
No, I mean, up there's in trouble. Yeah, the sewers are probably even worse off. Like, everything's going to fall on. I mean, never mind the explosions in here, but anybody who does survive the explosions will probably be crushed by the entire city from above.
That's a lot of city.
It's a lot of city,
yeah. Well, if you told me that, and if that were true, I would probably be like, hey, I should go.
I mean, we should all probably go, but here's what I'm thinking. Skull and Farsks are selling you. They're selling you out, man.
I don't know. We're making a lot of money, So
have you gotten paid yet?
I myself, I have not received my payment yet. No.
Right. So,
but it certainly is on the way.
Yeah, that's what they're. Yeah, right. But I mean, like, dead people can't receive payment, right?
Well, I know Steve's in trouble. He's falling asleep all the time, but I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
Steve guy. I can't wait to meet that guy. He seems like a riot.
Yeah, you don't want to meet him. He'll probably kill you.
All right. Fair enough. I mean, did Skull and Farsk tell you anything about evacuating the sewer?
No, they did move everybody, all the kids and everything out. They put us down here just to make sure that people are like, not like coming in here because like there's a lot of still like planning and preparations going on for something. I don't know. Something big's going down today. They don't spread all the information to everybody. I know I've been here for a long time, got some seniority over Steve for sure, but they still don't tell me everything. So,
I mean, it sounds to me like Skull and Farsk are going to take the money and leave you guys to die with the rest of the city. I mean, would you really put it past those two?
No, probably not.
They're going to skip town. They're going to be rich. I mean, why split it with you guys? They can just move over to the next city. They're rich as can be. They can start a new thieves guild.
Well, yeah, but
they've got everything they need.
But Farsk is still here.
He's down here?
Yeah, he's down here. He's doing some of the planning. Skull, I don't know where he is. He's up in the city somewhere doing something, but Farsk is down here.
Really?
Yeah.
Who else is in there with us?
Oh, just a whole bunch of the others, I think Liliana's been around. I think that, a couple of the others, they're here.
So, like 4 or 5 of them?
Well, it's probably like, all together, there's probably like, I don't know, like 15 people down here.
15? Wow, okay, all right. Some of the old crew, or mostly new people?
Well, a lot of new people guarding the exits and whatnot, and then, we got like in the inner circle, there's maybe like 4 or so kind of talking through what needs to happen, I guess.
But Farsk is just like in the next room?
Well, I mean, he's a little ways back, yeah.
All right. I mean, it's been a while.
It's been a while. I guess you don't really remember. We got a couple of city blocks down here. We got ourselves set up pretty good, buddy. We got ourselves set up pretty good.
For now.
Oh, who are you?
Oh, yeah, this is my buddy Atlas.
Oh, hey, Stinky.
Stinky Pete, yeah?
Oh, nice to meet you. You smell nice, actually.
Thank you. They always give me this is a joke, I take care of myself.
Yeah, it's like everybody down here stinks, but this guy, he's always bathing.
Well, I'm a little bit of a neat freak, when you're living in the sewers, it kind of...
If only some of that would rubbed off on you.
I tried rubbing some of this stuff on it before. It's just not stick.
He was like, do not rub on me. That's what he said to me one time.
Seriously, don't rub on me.
Yeah.
I'm really not okay with that.
Yeah. He likes his personal space.
And so, look, I'm cool. If you want to go, try and talk to Farsk or whatever, I'll totally let you on by, whatever. You're good.
Look,
he's going to try and kill you, for sure.
He can try. That's what I got the big guy for.
Hi.
Oh, you're the muscle.
Something like that.
Okay.
But also, come on, man. We grew up in this town. Sure, we rip off some of the rich people, but do you really want everybody to die?
No, absolutely not. Then who am I going to steal from?
Right, exactly. See, you're thinking.
Yeah.
Then we got to stop this thing, Steve.
But, you're sure that they're going to blow this all up or something? You're sure it's not just, storage?
Sure as the sun will rise and set, I am sure that they are going to blow this place up.
Are you so sure that the sun's going to rise and set?
All right, fair enough. Sure as
I'm pretty sure about that.
Can I say something?
What?
I'm so sick and tired of listening to this conversation. Brittany steps. I was like, we need to talk to farts. I don't. You can carry on, but this is important. We need to talk to farts or whatever his name is right now.
Are you Brittany Bale?
I am.
Yeah, she's a
We need to talk to
celebrity.
them right now.
Listen, you can't kidnap her right now. Later.
You smell even better than I thought
Thank
you would.
Thank you. I'll give you an autograph later if you let us talk to farts.
Please sign my face.
Okay.
I mean, he was going to let us talk to Farsk anyway, but I figured...
Well, yes, but you're slowing down the process, and we have a limited amount of time. So let's go. Please escort us to him.
No, I can't escort you anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm going to pretend like I was knocked unconscious and you guys snuck on in.
All right. Well,
What I
where
wanted to
is
talk
he?
to you about before we do this, I need your guys' support on this, all right? We need to stop Farsk and Skull from carrying out this plan to blow up the entirety of Fairhaven.
Look, don't tell Steve I said this, but like, I don't like Farce very much. I mean, you wanna knock him off? I'll follow you. Whatever. You're better than him.
Right. I mean, Liliana, she visited me the other night.
Yeah.
She.
Oh yeah.
Scott!
It's not like that, Pete. Come on.
Drop the T.
But I mean, all right. I mean, yeah, you play dumb, but spread the word with the guys. Let them know Rhaegar's back. Let them know I'm looking out for you guys. And look, we got to protect the city, like you said. Who are we steal from?
Exactly. We gotta always have people to steal from. No, sure. Like, I'll do what I can.
You want me to like rough you up a little bit so it looks like you really got beat up?
No, don't worry about it.
All right.
He doesn't want you to touch him.
Yeah.
Seriously, don't rub on me. So then, also, I assume then Christina and Marakai have also come around, and
So,
so you guys are heading down deeper into the sewers, and like as you guys round the corner, you hear off in the distance, "How's it going, man? Did you just miss it? Pretty bad. Alexis was down here."
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure, Pete. Sure. Always seeing things. All right. So you come around a corner and you can see. You know that there's going to be a couple of twists and turns. You know that around one of these upcoming turns, you're going to be in kind of the inner sanctum of the Thieves Guild, where most of the planning is. They have like a giant map of the city. They've always had it there, right? It's like this big, like kind of table map thing where they plan all their stuff.
kind of like Game of Thrones, like Daenerys's war room.
Kind of like that. So you would be familiar with what it was like back when you were here. And as you're walking down here, it doesn't seem like too much has changed. So you are coming up around that corner, and as you're getting close to it, you can start to hear some voices talking. And you recognize Liliana's voice, and you recognize Farsk's voice. A couple of other voices you don't recognize, and then another voice that you recognize as Pentar.
Oh.
So you hear them discussing
So sexy.
sort of
Not a centaur.
not a centaur.
Yeah.
You hear them discussing, sort of like, are the preparations ready? What's, how are things going? Liliana's kind of like, I don't know if we should be doing this, but, things are ready on our end. Things to that nature you overhear. What would you like to do?
I know that voice. Do you guys remember?
No, what?
I wasn't there.
The Marauders camp. You guys performed Pentar. Remember the guy who ran the whole place?
Oh, yeah, he had a sexy scar.
No, I think that was Scar.
That was
that-
that was Claw.
It all blends together.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he was okay, but
Obviously, he wasn't good enough for me to remember.
why is he here? That's kind of weird that the guy who was at a Marauders camp, outside of Askelios, is now in Fairhaven plotting to blow the city up with these guys.
Well,
it
let's go
sounds-
find out.
Real quick reminder, he was also there when you two...
oh, he was.
He was.
I forgot about
He was
that.
in the Fairhaven ship.
Yeah, not the Fairhaven ship, but the...
What
So he works for
Wait, Pentar's... Okay,
was
hold
that?
on.
Not
Okay.
Farlan.
Farlan, the House Farlan ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he works for Phiarlan and the Ojigar and all of them.
Yeah.
Rick to get teeth.
Okay, it went away. Oh, Rhaegar, holding
lost
it in.
it.
I lost it.
Well, shall we just go interrupt them?
I mean,
No.
yeah, I want to just go barge in. I'm thinking if we sort of hide in the shadows, wait for one of them to leave, then we can maybe get the drop on them, and take them prisoner, maybe interrogate them, you know?
But aren't they, like, why would they care about someone else dying? They're thieves.
I'm saying we interrogate the person. They care about themselves dying.
Well,
Give us information or we'll kill you, kind of a thing.
Wouldn't he just sound the alarm?
No, not if we have him captured. What I'm saying is we hide outside the room, wait for one of them to come out while they're alone, get the drop on them.
Okay.
but do we have time to do this, honestly?
Also, there's 5 of us and like 15 of them. They would easily just yell and then.
That's why I'm saying one of them. We isolate one of them.
No, I know, but like,
because if we bust in the room, then they're definitely going to yell.
Well, what's stopping one of the ones we capture yelling?
Because we will sneak up on them, is what I'm saying. If you catch one person alone on the hallway and catch that one person, there's nobody else to scream.
But you want to interrogate them. What's stopping them from not yelling?
We take them to another place where they're not going to yell.
Ideally, what information do we want? I guess is the question.
We want to know what the trigger is.
Yep.
We want to know where it is and how we can stop it.
Does everyone in that room has seen us in one way or another?
Yes, and I imagine everybody in that room knows who has the trigger and how to stop this.
No one in that room has seen us as children.
That's true.
How many people are in the room that we can discern from the different voices?
You hear probably 4 or 5 voices.
4 or 5 voices?
Total.
Okay.
So
there's 4 or 5 voices and there's 5 of us.
There's Liliana, there's Pentar, and there's 1 or 2 other voices.
I mean, I'm sure it's a almost evenly matched fight, but it will cause a ruckus. Like Christina was just pointing out, we don't want them to yell, and there are only 4 or 5 in that room now, but if they make a ruckus, then there will soon be more.
Are we able to peek in at all, or are they like hidden behind a door or something?
I would suggest use stealth.
Well, why don't you just get your friend, also Stinky Pete, just to be like, I found Rhaegar. Come this way.
Stinky Pete didn't want to get involved at all.
Stinky Pete was acting like he got knocked out, and he's like, I'm playing ignorant. But I mean, I could stealth into the room.
I could.
I was thinking, I mean, yeah, you could do what you want. Yeah.
I could do that. Or you could do that. Or I could cast clairvoyance and see what's in there.
What's clairvoyance?
You create an invisible sensor within range of location familiar to you, or in an obvious location that is unfamiliar to you. It's like behind a door, around a corner, or in a grove of trees.
Okay.
The sensor remains in place for the duration, and it cannot be attacked or otherwise interacted with. When you cast a spell, you choose either seeing or hearing. You can choose the sense through the sensor as you were in the space. As an action, you can switch between seeing and hearing.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Okay. Casting time on that is 10 minutes.
Oh.
Is
and it's
it?
concentration.
Yes.
So you have to maintain your concentration. So you can still do it. It's going to take 10 minutes.
Because I would like to simply just like glance in there if I can, and still with my detect magic, just see if anything's fucking glowing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
Anybody have a mirror? Brittany, do you have a mirror?
I have a broken mirror, technically.
I mean, I always have a pocket mirror on me.
Give it to Rhaegar. You can just see around the corner.
Okay. Well, I'm going to stealthily
Stealth. Yep.
peek, see what's going on. All right, so that's 24.
So you kind of peek the little, you're just using the mirror. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. You sort of like, you stick the mirror around and you see down the hallway and in the center of the room, you see, 5 people. Pentar, you see Liliana, Farsk, and 2 others that you don't recognize. Clearly ne'er-do-wells, those that you maybe haven't met before.
Rhaegar, tilt that mirror my way a little bit.
What, like, you want to see yourself?
That is an antique.
I'd like to see through the reflection that he's holding to see if I see anything glowing in the room.
Your detect magic probably would have worn off by now, I think.
Yeah.
So you need to cast it again, essentially.
Okay, I'll cast it again.
I'm just trying, because like how long is it supposed to last?
It's an hour.
Oh, it's an hour. Okay, that was 10 minutes.
It's still active.
All right, yeah, so it's still active. Okay. So...
Or no, I'm sorry, it is 10 minutes.
That's the thought, yeah. No. So it would have gone off, so...
Yeah.
Do you want to use all your spell slots for that?
Not necessarily. So yeah, pass.
You said that there was a hallway leading into the room?
Yeah, it's just more like, because like it's like a sewer kind of way.
So
you guys are kind of in that corner. The hallway goes, and then it opens.
Would it be possible for me to creep into the room and not be seen?
Stealthily?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dark in certain areas. There's a lot of light in the center. It's kind of one of those, think of like a big open area in a sewer where like there's like a little kind of like grating above them clearly that like is letting some sunlight down into the middle.
But maybe a dark hallway leading
and then
up
a dark
to that.
hallway leading into it. So it's kind of dark around everywhere and then like kind of like nice bright light kind of coming down in the center.
I'm thinking maybe I would just creep into the shadows and maybe try to get a look at the table.
Roll stealth if that's what you're going to do. You might, well, I'm not going to give you suggestions.
All right, that's
Wow,
27.
these are some good rolls today.
So yeah, because you know this room so well from the past, like you know kind of the best ways to sneak around and kind of like to occupy the space. You've snuck into this room multiple times before. And so you are able to easily kind of roll your way just along the edge. You make it around the corner and into the room. You are in the room with all of them. And you're just kind of pressed up against a very dark wall.
Okay.
And yeah, you can see the map. Clearly, it's a map of the city. It's got, you know, like a lot of buildings and whatnot around it. And you do see several kind of red like blocks kind of placed in certain parts of the map.
Can I roll perception to see if I can count how many and where they are? Damn, I'm actually rolling pretty good today.
On fire today, this guy.
So that's 19.
Jam on fire.
All right, so you definitely can tell a lot of the spaces. You definitely see the library has one. Hold on a second. Search for map of Fairhaven. Came up with Fairhaven, Massachusetts.
Nice.
It's like, don't you use your fantasy names in real life? Okay. So, yeah, you see where the library was. You also see a couple of other places. There are a few houses of worship. There are a few other notable locations. You don't see any around the square. And you see one on the palace. And those are kind of like the main spots. And they're kind of dotted throughout the city, but it is more contained than you might have thought it was. It does seem fairly centrally located.
Okay.
All of these red dots.
Well, I think that I've got enough information as far as where it's going to happen. So I'm just going to try to slink back out and regroup up.
Okay.
So I need to roll for that?
No, you're good.
Okay.
All right. So you sneak back. You become a little shadow puddle and right back up there. Yeah.
I know where these attacks are going down. They aren't going to blow up the performance, but they are going to try to blow up the palace, the library, and there's a few other locations as well around the town. Some houses of worship they're going to try to blow up. It's not nearly as widespread as we thought, but I do think that we could potentially get to all these locations because they are actually pretty contained around one another and potentially use Maracai's water blast. What do you call that?
Water blast.
All right. Nailed it on the first try. And just like douse these things. Just make them, unfunctional.
Was there any info about the trigger? Or
I didn't see any info about the trigger. I just saw the locations. And I mean, I'm presuming these are the locations that are going to blow up because the library was marked. We know that's going to blow up. And I don't see what else they would possibly be talking about.
Yeah. So we could do that. My concern there is that would take a little while.
What time is it?
Yeah, how close are we to the performance, I guess, is the question.
You still have a few hours. Probably like 3, maybe 4.
Maracai, realistically, if we wanted to hit all of these locations and douse every single red crystal in every single crate.
And still have enough time for you to go back and kill Leo Dragar?
Do you think that would be possible?
It'd be real tight.
Okay.
Or we could just flood the sewers.
Or we could still do that. That's still on the table.
I mean, I think
we
it's an
have
option.
to also figure out a way to flood the sewers.
If we're going to want to do it, then we should probably do it now.
My concern of flooding the sewers is they would know.
They would.
And I would love to get the drop on them.
Yeah.
Maracai, if you think it's possible, I'd be down for that being option A. Here's something that I'd like to pitch it to you if you'd like to kill the Odrigar. How likely do you think it is that he knows that the trigger is going to happen?
How likely do I think that it is that he knows?
That he knows.
Definitely.
Okay. How likely do you think it is that he will know the moment that it's supposed to explode?
Absolutely.
So how tricky do you think it would be to get one of those bombs within range of him?
Oh.
Ooh.
I like the way you're thinking.
I thought you were the goody two-shoes. You're rubbing off on him. Because you're not rubbing off on Sneaky Pete.
Yeah.
I mean, we could try.
Because I've already got some gunpowder. Do you think maybe you could take a crystal rather than dousing it without it exploding?
You can make your own, like, smaller version of the bomb.
Right.
And say if you're going to trigger that, you're going to blow yourself up.
Could try it.
I like this
I don't know how
idea.
fragile they are. I mean, considering if a kid shook a box and it exploded.
Well,
then-
why don't you just keep them separate until you need to use them?
Although the crystal, I guess, might accidentally break itself if we shake it.
Is there any way we can make it inert until we need it? Like freeze
Well, if
it?
we keep the two separate, I imagine it won't detonate the gunpowder. But I guess the concern there is if we shake the crystal too much, that might break.
Can we freeze it, maybe? Until we need it.
I don't think I could freeze it.
Okay.
I will delicately place it in my pouch.
Why don't you take a few of them? That way, if one of them's broken, you got backup crystals.
Let's try.
Try it.
Let's try, and then let's work on dousing the rest of them.
All right, so this is the goal now? This is what everybody wants to do?
I mean, does anyone have a better idea?
I think it's a great idea. I mean, I think that we should...
I think it's just easier to find the trigger, honestly.
I mean, we can
that's
maybe...
one thing that we
can
have to worry
maybe
about.
douse them, but if we bring a bomb to Leodrigar...
Yeah.
And then threaten him. I mean, if there's a bomb within range of Leodrigar, they're not going to set this thing off.
They might.
Well, he
might have a magical spell that will protect him.
And he may not know. He may not have the trigger. He may know when the bomb's going to go off. He may not have the trigger.
Fair enough.
Yeah. What's your idea to find the trigger if you want to find the trigger?
We just go in the room and ask the people.
Yeah, I mean...
And fight them if necessary.
You're talking about how there's not enough time to do things. That seems pretty time intensive.
We just encourage them to give us the trigger.
You're going to try
So
Persuade them.
You want to fight?
I don't necessarily want to fight. We can just get what we want without fighting.
Look, I mean, I feel like we're all okay at fighting. Okay. Compared to Farsk and Pentar, though, we're probably not... It's not a fair match. Let's put it that way, okay? Pentar will chew us up and spit us out.
And I do think that you were right that, like, if one of them gets away and knows that we're onto them, maybe they blow things up quicker.
I feel like discretion is key right now. Yeah. Like what you said about flooding the place. Let's not flood it because let's get the drop on them.
Right. So...
We know where Leodrigar is going to be.
We douse the bombs. And then we regroup and we attend the performance? Is that the idea?
Well, that's where Leodrigar is going to be.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good idea to bring a bomb with us. That's just causing more problems.
Well, I'm bringing the gunpowder.
He's bringing the components of a bomb. A disassembled bomb.
Yeah.
I mean, can any of y'all make fire?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you don't even need the crystal. I mean, gunpowder will go off with fire.
That's fair. I liked the poetry of the idea of him hitting the detonator and that causing the explosion.
But that's assuming Leodrigar's
You really
got
are.
the detonator.
There's darkness in you.
Yeah, why don't you, like, plant it under the stage? Right?
But what if there are other people on the stage?
Exactly.
Yeah, but they're all House Phiarlan.
I'd rather plant it on Phiarlan's ship. I got some bad
there you
memories
go.
of that.
Yeah, planted in, like, his stateroom or something.
Look, if we're going to go and douse all these bombs, then we need to get doing it right now.
Yeah,
Let's start doing that right now. You've got water, whatever. Does anyone else have water stuff?
No.
I mean, I can go get some water, but it'll take a while.
Well, we're in a sewer. Can
Will
we not
just buckets of sewer water onto the crates do the same effect?
We don't know that.
It might not be enough.
Okay.
Might not be forceful enough.
I guess for the most part, we just attend and follow you to each of these locations.
Yeah, it's only like 5 locations.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, lead the way.
Well, the first place we know where it's at.
Yeah.
It's the library.
We go back to where we just were.
Yeah.
And we return to the stuff.
Okay, so I think what we'll say, just in the essence of trying to move this along, roll another sleight of hand.
Damn,
26.
these
26.
rolls.
Okay. And
Thank goodness.
and we'll just call it that.
Okay.
And so all of you together go around through the sewers to the locations that you saw. You find the clusters of bombs as you did. You carefully take them apart.
Yep.
You douse them all as Marakai did before. And as you finish, you know you're coming up pretty close on the show is about to start.
Okay.
So yeah.
Would you say like the last box we extract the crystal?
I was going to say, can I take a crystal?
Okay, so if that's what you want to do, then let's say for the last box, you want to take it?
Maybe Rick should try to take it because he has sleight of hand.
I was going to say, if we try to just extract it, I'm trying to say, what's the chances it blows up? But maybe Mage Hand? Because I'm not much more skilled at this.
It's true. I mean, if it's only one box and the rest are inert, then you can mage hand it, and if it blows up, then it's like
we still want that box away from the rest because the rest are gunpowder.
That's true.
Yeah.
But if we take one to the side and then maybe mage hand away from it, maybe that's what we try. Is that all right?
That's fine. I don't have to roll for it. It's a spell.
It's a spell?
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe we would just mage hand it outside the sewers.
Like just down the sewers, I think.
So you're taking a whole bomb, or you're taking just the crystal?
We want to take a whole bomb away and then mage hand the crystal out.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So as you do the mage hand to try and pull on the crystal, it does offer a lot of resistance.
Okay.
And a mage hand can only lift 10 pounds. And so as you're kind of trying to lift it out, it seems that there's too much force pushing back on the mage hand, and the mage hand isn't able to really wrest it free.
This thing is either magically bound,
and as you're kind of pulling on it, it does start to like glow a little bit more.
Okay.
Damn.
I think you might have to just make an old-fashioned bomb.
I think so. All right.
Or could we not just carry the box onto their ship?
Could extremely carefully,
Right,
the
but
whole way there.
Yeah, that would be real
I
risky.
don't like that. I think we should just...
I think we just leave it. We douse it and we leave it.
So on to the show, I guess.
On to the show.
I cast Prestidigitation to cleanse my body of the sewer. I change my outfit as quickly as possible. I use Disguise Self. Actually, I'll just, I'll Prestidigitation all the sewer gross off of me, and then I'll just cast Disguise Self so I look like I'm in a fancy dress.
Oh, you're not going to wear the queen's dress?
Well, Gwen has it, and Gwen didn't come with us.
Could you not use Disguise Self to try to mimic the dress?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Do you need to roll for Disguise Self, or is that just a spell?
I don't need to roll for Disguise Self.
Is dexterity.
Is it a skill or a spell?
It's a spell.
Okay.
It's a first level illusion.
Okay. Then, all right.
I've never rolled for Disguise Self before.
No, I was just making sure it wasn't Disguise, but it's Disguise Self, is it? Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So you look fabulous.
I look fabulous. I smell great. It's like I never
Stinky
went
Pete
down
would approve.
in the sewers at all.
Okay. You two and Marakai are able to go up to the fancy seats, go sit next to the queen. You two are stuck down amongst the common folk.
Yeah.
Wait, did the queen get our message?
Oh, shit.
The queen seems fine.
Okay.
Get our message.
That damn mage.
So
I didn't trust him.
y'all head up. The queen says, "Oh, I'm so glad that you're here. I thought that you weren't going to make it. The show's about to start."
Well, fashionably on time, you know.
Oh, yes, of course.
Of
You're
course.
showing me how to do it. My goodness.
Oh, no. Of course, bow down. Kiss her royal hand, as one does.
She looks at you.
Do the same thing. Do the same thing. I'm like looking at like Brittany. I'm like, oh,
And she looks at Marakai. Marakai's like,
a little peck.
very, like, very confused in how to do it. Very awkward.
You look even more gorgeous than when I just saw you a few hours ago. How do you do it? You are amazing.
Yes.
The gods have blessed you.
Stop it. You flatter me. Are you excited for the show?
I am so excited.
By the way, I received a disturbing message earlier.
Oh, yes. It's not, don't even worry about it. We took care of it.
Yes, my guards, they looked into it and they didn't find anything.
That's fantastic then.
I appreciate you for trying to look out for our fair citizens.
I figured that if perchance that it was real, I wanted to let you know, but it turns out it was just all a facade.
You can't believe everything you hear, Brittany.
It's true.
It's all right.
But I wouldn't want my queen to be in any danger, so I wanted to let you know just in case.
As my new friend, I appreciate you for doing so.
But now we don't have to worry. We can enjoy the show and enjoy a beautiful glass of wine together.
Ah, yes. Now that I can get behind.
Me and Mark just look at each other and just like, just nodding our heads, and then we both I imagine both take a
Yeah, I was
glass
gonna
of
say,
wine.
both reach for wherever the wine is.
And
Like
we
the
just
whole
sit,
bottle.
Yeah.
We just sit quietly and like wait for like maybe the shoe to drop in
Yeah.
case there is one.
And so y'all are kind of in one of those like boxed seats that's kind of
Yes,
jutting
with
out.
the curtain.
Yes. And this is it's an outdoor, kind of arena area, but you are up in that kind of fancy. This is for only the fanciest of fancies. You two.
Yes.
And Gwen is there with you as well.
Gwen, darling.
Does Gwen have the dress with her? And is she confused?
So as she like came up, she was like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!" She kind of like tries to hide it behind her. It's like the whole time she's kind of standing really awkwardly, trying to like hold the dress behind her so that the queen can't see. So
There'll be an intermission where I can officially change.
officially change, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't have to keep up the facade. Okay, so you two, you're down below amongst the common folk.
Yeah.
Tons of people packed in there. You guys arrived a little bit late, so you're having to kind of like, you're able to make your way kind of halfway up there. Standing room only. So, it's everybody's packed in like sardines. Everybody's waiting for the show to happen. Roll a perception, Rhaegar.
Nope, there goes my good streak. 10.
10. Okay. 10's okay. You do see some of the people from the Thieves Guild.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just kind of around in the
crowd.
In the
with us?
crowd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Children or actual Thieves Guild members?
Thieves Guild members that like you would remember from the past.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they together?
No, they're kind of spread out. Like there's some, there might be a couple clustered over here, a couple clustered over there. And to be fair, they might just be here for the show. They might just be here to steal from people and whatnot. But you notice that they're there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like when you were here in the past, it would not be that uncommon for you to go to these types of shows as thieves. Okay. Do you guys say anything to each other? Are you just kind of ready for the show?
I guess we just wait to see what happens.
I mean, honestly, I feel like you've seen one of these shows, you've seen them all.
I mean, yeah, you think that we're going to get a repeat performance here? Markai's not there to be on stage this time.
That's true. I wonder who they replaced her with.
No one can do.
You think she's like jealous up there? She's like sitting up there and she's like, ooh.
Roll another perception.
Ooh, that one's much better. 19.
Okay, so when the show starts, we'll do that one.
Okay.
Oh man, I just imagine in my head she's just like, she's made of ice, kind of, you know what I mean? And maybe there's like steam coming off her head or something. I don't know. But what do you want to do?
I don't think there's nothing else to like we're still kind of like red and sweaty and I'm imagining from like running. I think we've sort of done it.
Do you want to go to like the beer garden? And
yes.
Get some beer?
Like we grab a beer.
I think we deserve a drink.
Yeah, you go to the 21 and over side.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh. Do you guys get like marked on your wrist?
Yeah.
We get a little wristband.
Yeah.
They're like, it's like made of grass. Right. It's like painted.
Yeah.
It's just like woven around. Yes.
But yeah, strategy wise, I don't really think there's anything else that I want to do
I guess
in
it's
the
just
crowd.
we just sort of wait, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Just make them look stupid.
I hope that they try to do something grand and spectacular on stage and it all falls flat.
Well, cheers.
Cheers to saving the city.
And as you cheers, the lights kind of hit the stage, and the curtains pull back, and you see above you. You already noticed it was there, but what unfolds? There is an airship kind of hovering right over the stage, but there is also the large stage, and from the airship you can see like kind of a backdrop kind of fall behind the stage that kind of changes the scenery. And it's this kind of like dark cave kind of locale. And onto the stage marches Leodragar and someone who looks a lot like Marakai. And they're hand in hand, but with swords drawn. And Leodragar is like, "My love, we have finally made it. This is very dangerous what we go to. I do not know that we will survive, but know that I love you."
Oh,
Leo, you are so important to me. I hope that we make it out, but if we don't, know this, my love for you is pure and true. Let us go and fight these evil beasts. We must defeat them. We must. Save our people. They march forward. And you look up at Marakai. And you definitely see that she is not happy.
I love it.
Just mean mugging.
And I turn to Atlas with a tear rolling down my eye, and I'm just like,
I like at this up there. I'm like, she looks a lot like you.
Shut it.
Also, I elbow Christina. I'm like, do you think Samantha is jealous right now?
Only one way to find out.
Marakai like just downs a whole glass. So the stage play continues, and out from the other side of the stage marches a huge a man in armor with a giant hammer and a shield, and he steps forward to Leodragar. Halt! You shall not pass beyond me. I will be the end of you, for I was chosen to do so. And he slams his hammer down, and when he does, wings come out from his back.
Oh shit.
And he charges towards Leodragar. Leodragar ducks out of the way, swings at him, but he deflects it with the shield, and the hammer connects, and it hits his beloved, and she's launched off the stage.
This seems familiar for some reason.
Leodragar yells, "No! My love!" And then turns and they start to battle. And then a thief comes out from the other side and attacks Leodragar from behind and stabs him. Oh, no! How could you do this to me? And then two bards also come out from the side and start to play. You fell right into our trap, one of them says. No one can defeat our charms and our illusions.
Michael.
And with in this moment, Leodragar is clearly wounded and imprisoned and taken away, and then the curtains close on the first act. Intermission begins.
I go change into my real dress.
Did you think that was a little familiar?
I think that seemed pretty on the nose to what I remember of that night anyway. I feel like we're owed royalties.
Wait, does it? I mean, you smashed somebody with a hammer?
Well, no, but I remember Marakai getting blasted out the side of the ship. And I remember, well, no, you told me that there was wings. I don't really remember wings.
I'm feeling like, wait a minute. Are they going to be touring this show around Khorvaire?
Are they trying to write their own version of what we're doing?
This is propaganda. They're creating propaganda to turn us into villains.
They're trying to paint themselves as the heroes.
Right. Wait a minute. They could try to pin all of these terrorist acts on us.
They could paint us to be the ones that blow up Fairhaven.
Right. We got to get to Brittany and Christina.
And I guess the other question is, if they're touring and they do something like this in other cities, what else could they be trying to paint us as doing?
And they know we're going to be following them wherever they go, so they've got the perfect scapegoat in every single city they go to.
Wait,
they go to these. Well, they're going to be going to the cities that are adjacent to these locations we need to visit.
So you think that they're also going to the locations that were mentioned in the poem?
I think so. I don't think it's coincidence.
So, I mean, I guess, bright side, city's not going to blow up.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we can celebrate that. I mean, and we still get to see the stupid look on their face when they try to blow it up.
Yeah, the look on Maracai's face right now, too, is pretty priceless.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
You look back and Maracai's not there.
Oh!
I'm still there, though, right?
You're still there.
Yeah. I'm confused. I'm awkward around the queen. She's talking to me, and I'm just like...
So, also side note, the ship is literally just hovering above the stage. Okay. All right.
And throughout the first act, you did see it was used for special effects and things, right?
Yeah,
it's like it's clearly a part of what they're.
This is the ship, right? This is House Phiarlan ship that I was on before.
Not necessarily the same one. It might be,
okay,
but it is one of their ships. Remember, they have many.
Okay,
right?
Okay, got it.
You guys watch the rest of the show. The second act sees Leodragar escaping from the chains of bondage from these people who have taken him, and he defeats them in battle, but they escape. These ne'er-do-wells to live another day, and sadly his beloved is dead, and so he vows to seek vengeance upon these.
They fridged her?
What? They fridged her.
They fridged her?
They fridged Marika.
Worst play ever. Negative reviews. This is worthless.
They fridged Marika.
They fridged her.
Look, she left the group.
Is that a term I'm not familiar with?
Yeah, it's a term where the woman lead or the woman in the story is her only sole purpose is to further the male's plot.
Got it.
Yeah.
So it's
it's
taken from a Green Lantern comic book in which the Green Lantern's girlfriend was literally killed and left in a refrigerator for him to find, and thus they call it putting the woman in the refrigerator.
I thought she died by the refrigerator. I
think she was just left in it.
She was killed.
So upset.
In
like those comic
atrium with a refrigerator.
Old cartoons where they're lifting a refrigerator up into the.
Got it.
Yeah, it's going to get a bad review on Whelp.
Yeah.
Whelp is not like this. So the show ends, and Leodragar on stage. He comes out with the rest of the cast. They all bow and everything like that.
What's the reaction of the crowd?
They're cheering. They're loving it. It is like a huge success. Once again, House Phiarlan puts on the greatest shows. The special effects were great. Everybody loves the characters. Everybody loves Leodragar. He's just a hero to everyone.
How could you not? I mean, I hate him, but I still love him.
Leodragar stands up and he points up to the queen.
Wait, before you do that, as I'm clapping, I do a little flourish and I cast a Zone of Truth on Leodragar.
How far can you do it?
Let me see.
Yeah.
60 feet? I mean, we're in the good spots.
Yeah, you probably could.
Okay. It creates a magical zone that guards against deception and a 15-foot radius.
Okay.
So on Leodragar, obviously, because I want him to tell the truth, and he has to do a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
It might fail because he's got pretty. I'm assuming he's very charmed.
Very charming guy.
And my spell save that's 14, so he has to beat a 14.
So yeah, he is unmoved by your enchantment.
But he knows now that I cast it.
Yeah, no. So
he's not surprised.
So he kind of he points up to the queen, and then you do that, and then he looks at you,
good.
And he kind of cocks his head and smiles.
Were you going to yell questions at him from the audience?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're a heckler.
Yeah. Listen,
I was like, it's the end of the show.
Yeah.
He's about to leave.
And so
I tried.
He points up towards the queen and he says, "We could not have done this without the courteous behavior of our wonderful queen of Fairhaven.
Oh, he could have been lying about that.
I would love it if you would join us on stage and address your people with us and tell them how great that it has been for us to be here, and we can show you our appreciation." And the queen kind of, "Oh, well, this is quite unorthodox, but okay, all right." And so the queen, with her attendants and everyone, walks down to the stage, and they get on stage, and they're bowing and everything, and everybody's showing their appreciation. They're all, clearly very excited for the queen to be there. Everyone's cheering. Everyone is so happy and excited. And roll a perception.
Is Marika still not with us?
You don't know where she is, yeah.
Not great. That's only a 9.
Okay.
Do I know where Marika is?
No.
No, so you roll a perception as well.
Oh.
Because you guys are both kind of concerned.
Yours is better.
Yeah, 12 plus 6.
Okay. So you notice off to the side of the stage, kind of backstage area, there's, curtains and everything, but you can kind of see through there. Pentar. And you see him kind of reaching down into his pocket. That's it. Now, up on stage, all this is going off, and clearly, it seems like Leodragar's maybe stalling to you, right? There's something's going on, right? Mm-hmm. And then, from off the stage, one of your thief friends leaps up onto the stage and charges the queen. And he yells, "For the people!" And as he does this, lunging at the queen, a glowing sword comes down from above and cuts his hand right off.
Ooh.
It's a hex.
And down onto the stage, from up above, a giant suit of black armor lands. It looks a little bit different than the last time you saw him, but when he turns, clearly, it is Hex.
How many hats is he wearing?
No hats.
Wait, when was he in the play?
No, he was not in the play.
I was wondering if the person playing the giant winged fella was Hex.
And so, Hex, clearly, he has lunged down into the stage. He has chopped off the hand of this thief who is charged at the queen. And he turns towards Leodragar and nods. And as he turns, you can see his eyes just briefly. And they are not pink like they usually were, but instead a deep, deep red.
They need some more hats.
And we're going to go ahead and stop there.
I hope they paid that thief well to surrender his hand.
They didn't, and they didn't tell him.
So, that's where we're going to end this session.
Okay.
Hat Forge.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Man.